Hello, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of Jack and Tom Save the World. As always, I am Tom.
And I am Jack.
And welcome back to episode 12 today, where we've got a bit of a jam-packed episode. But yeah, Jack...
I love jam.
You love jam?
Yeah, and I love it when it's packed.
When it's packed perfectly.
Oh, you know when you open a jar of jam for the first time?
Ooh, yeah.
And you get that...
Yeah.
And then it's all perfect on the... That's the episode today. That's the metaphor.
And then some of the things we're going to be talking about is when you slice into the jam and it fucks it all up.
Oh, you slice jam?
Yeah, you do. You slice into it.
Wouldn't that make it more of a jelly if you have to slice it?
Well, you know what you know the consistency of jam.
Well, you don't need to slice it.
Just
get a spoon out. It's beautiful.
Usually
gelatinous.
You get it with a knife and then you spread it over your toast.
I'm gonna spread you over toast in a second.
That's mighty gay.
No, not in a gay way. In a cannibal way.
You know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. How do you feel now?
I feel uncomfy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You should feel uncomfy. Well, not from these couches.
No, these couches are very, very comfy.
Yeah.
This is our second week on these couches now.
You should feel uncomfy though.
Yeah.
Because I feel uncomfy. I always feel uncomfy.
What? Like just in my presence?
Yeah, always.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I always feel uncomfy in my presence too.
That's weird. You shouldn't feel uncomfy in your own presence.
But I do.
Oh.
How about I do anyway?
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna stop.
Okay.
We
no,
have to stop
two
this
more
right now.
O's. Otherwise, it's
Okay,
gonna.
all right, fine.
It was a good week last week. It's back to the two of us.
Yes, just the two of us.
Oh, stop! There will be guests going forward, but the main mainstay of this podcast, the reason we created it was we wanted to record our ramblings and the goings on within our house. So it's good to break up guests with just the two of us.
It is, and I think it's good. Like, yeah, as you said, we're breaking it up a little bit, just having the two of us, because we haven't. This is our 12th podcast. We've had guests since number 8. So, we've had quite a few episodes where it's just been guests. And look, guests are fun. I love having guests on.
I love the guests.
But I also love just sitting down, having a bit of a, what's the word? What am I looking for?
Fun.
Bit of a chin wag. Just a chin wag.
I never want to hear chin wag again.
That's the thing. It's a chin wag.
That's not a thing.
It is. It's a chin wag. That's just me cracking my jaw. Ow. It's a chin wag.
Help.
Mum, come pick me up. I'm scared.
So first things first, Tom.
Well, actually, first things first, I do want to premise something, because I realised that
Premise?
Yeah.
Or preface?
I don't know anymore.
The premise of this podcast... No, I meent preface.
No.
Like preface.
No. I just want to make one little announcement, because last week I did call out your mum and say that you don't listen to a thing that she says. You don't give a shit what she says.
Whoa, what?
No, I did. I said it, and I'm taking it back.
What?
I'm giving out a formal apology to your mother.
Did you actually say that?
I did.
I listen to my mum all the time.
I know, and I have to take it back because that was fake news.
That was fake
That
news.
was incorrect.
That was very incorrect.
So Jack's mum, I'm very, very sorry for saying that.
Her name's Michelle, and you
Michelle,
know that.
I'm very sorry. Well, I don't know. No, I do know your mum's name. I just didn't know if you wanted me to say it. But okay, Michelle, I'm very sorry. Jack does actually listen to you.
I don't even remember you saying that.
You will listen to the last episode and you'll hear it, because I listened to the last episode and I heard it. So I just wanted to make that note. Anyway, doesn't matter. I've said what I need to say. Why don't we just move on to news?
News. Big news.
Big news.
Big news. We started this podcast during a tumultuous time for Australia.
Oh god, yeah.
And I feel like every episode at some point COVID turns up.
I don't in the later episodes no, but yeah, definitely the earlier episodes, 100%.
Yes. But this week was big news-ish for New South Wales.
Yes.
Not in relating to some other New South Wales news we're going to talk about. Mainly that New South Wales finally hit their 70% double vaxxed.
It did, yes.
Would you call it a
Milestone.
goal? Milestone. That's a good word.
Yeah, milestone.
So they finally hit that 70%. And probably going to barrel towards 80%, probably mid-November.
Yeah.
But because they hit 70%, that means the state is rolling back some restrictions come Monday. That was always going to be what they were going to do. Going to hit the milestone, and then the following Monday, the state was going to walk it back. And I thought it would be comprehensive to just talk about what the double vaxxed people and double vaxxed people only will be able to do in New South Wales.
And I think that is a very good story to bring up because obviously I don't know a lot about this. So yeah, look, what's going on in New South Wales? What are the double vax able to do?
From Monday, so 2 days from now, the 5 kilometre bubble that you were restricted to, that's gone away, of course. I need to preface it again. This is only if you're double vaxxed.
Yeah.
You have to have both of your vaccines.
That's usually what double vax means.
I feel like
sure.
I just don't want anyone to mishear or...
I've got the first dose, so this applies to me.
It doesn't, unfortunately. You need your 2 doses.
But I've only got the second dose, and this applies to me.
Anyway, so that 5 kilometre bubble is gone. You can now travel freely within Greater Sydney.
Yep.
So you can move around as you used to. If you're double vaxxed, I'm going to keep saying it just to make sure that people
as
know.
I understand it, only if you're double vaxxed.
You can now have up to 10 vaccinated people over to your home, excluding children under 12.
Vax party.
So you can have as many COVID carrying children as you want,
Nice.
I suppose,
I love that.
as they're excluded. But yeah, you can have up to 10 people.
That's
in
a
your
really
house.
That's a really good name for a heavy metal band. COVID carrying children. It is.
Imagine turning to your kids when you're like 40 and your kids are like, why is this band called COVID Carrying Kids? And you sit them down on the couch and you go, okay, well, it all started with these bushfires. And then after we got over these bushfires, there turned out to be a virus.
Don't you just go back to that? Don't you just love how, like, you know, like look back to early 2020, when we had the bushfires, and everyone went,
it can't get worse.
It can't get worse than this.
It can't get worse.
It can't.
This is bad. This is bad. People are losing their homes. We're killing so many koalas and wildlife and fauna are dying.
Surely, but surely 2020 can't get worse.
No. We've started off 2020 with the worst, and then COVID-19 decided.
You know, there's this virus over in China, and this is how it was. There's this virus that started over in China, but it's not going to get here.
No.
It's going to be like
restricted travel. People from China can't like go to most countries, except that they already did, and it was already spreading internationally.
Yep.
Because good job, everybody.
And now we're here.
COVID people.
Yeah.
So
COVID carrying kids.
10 people in your household, excluding under 12s.
Double vaxxed.
Double vaxxed. Yep.
Stuff,
You can now have up to a gathering of 30 people outside. Masks are still mandatory for indoor settings, but they're no longer required at all outdoors, apparently. I think I've said on this podcast, I disagree with just wearing a mask outside when you're just out and about.
Yeah.
And like, especially when there's like no one around. I don't think you need to wear a mask. I think you only need to wear a mask when you can't social distance properly and you're coming into close contact. That's only when you need to wear a mask.
But I think you should always have a mask on you.
Always have a mask on you.
Have a mask on you at all times because just in case you run into someone on your walk.
Yeah.
You know, chuck your mask on, have a bit of a chat, and then walk away.
I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
Masks help slow the spread. Bloody conspiracy theorists.
No. The earth is flat.
And you can also... ticketed events can now house 500 people maximum.
Yeah.
For both outdoor and indoor ticketed events. And that goes that goes on. So that they break down a huge list. I'm not going to go through the whole list. It's 4 pages long about what specific venues can do it. Basically, it's one person per 4 square meters, capped at 500. That's just your best bet.
Yeah.
So if you go to a cinema, it's one person per 4 square meters per cinema, and if there's somehow a cinema that can seat 500 people like that, then that's fine.
So is that what, two seats in between each person?
Well, it depends on the size of the cinema and the size of the seats. Because the cinema might be small but have big seats. I don't know. So it all comes down to that.
Might have couch seats.
Some cinemas now do have couch seats.
Most cinemas.
Sofa bed things.
Oh, yeah, sofa bed things. But recliners, pretty much all cinemas have them.
Only Hoyts.
I thought Event had them too.
No. If you go to an event, you have to go to Gold Class.
Oh, so it's only Hoyt.
Which, by the way...
No, Reading has them.
Oh, maybe they do.
Yeah, Reading at Elizabeth has them.
Can I just say, I know I'm supposed to be talking about this.
Yeah.
Gold Class, worth it. Oh, yeah. You get this great little small cinema, and you get food, drinks. Oh, I love Gold Class. Or Lux, either one. Both are really good.
Yeah, Lux is good.
And then, of course, that'll tumble for a little while. This is probably going to cause a little bit of drama. Definitely because some first dose people, that's why I keep saying double vax, because some first dose people are probably going to try and get away with some of these.
Yeah.
And of course there will be anti-vaxxers that'll just go along with the flow and then complain when they get fined, because that's how they want to live their life. Can't be bothered. And then when we get to 80%, so I should then expand just in case we don't cover it when it hits 80%, and it could hit 80% in a week. We don't know what their vaccines, like exponential vaccination rate, it could be. Ooh, that was bad English. I'll try that again, shall I, Tom?
Yes, try it again.
Their vaccine rate could go up exponentially. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Sounds like a plan.
So once it hits 80, people in New South Wales will have unrestricted travel within the state. Mm-hmm. So both Greater Sydney and Country Sydney, regional New South Wales. You'll have up to 20 people in your home. You can have a gathering of up to 50 people outside. Masks will still be mandatory, even at 80%. And you'll be allowed to have up to 3,000 people at ticketed events. Yeah. So you'll be able to pack out the Lyric Theatre for all those Hamilton shows.
And all of these ticketed events exclude football matches.
No, they don't.
Because football is obviously the lifeblood of Australia, as everybody has been saying. And
it's over.
Yeah, I know, but shut up.
And just so that...
It's there. They've been doing it. They've been doing it for the last year, though. They have so many restrictions on, entertainment and, theatrical production and stuff like that. When it comes to footy, no, nothing.
Oh, no, we had restrictions for the footy.
But fuck off, we did.
Yeah, they were at quarter capacity when we had our...
quarter capacity, while all of the entertainment sector was getting cancelled.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
You can't fight with the AFL.
Yes, you can. The AFL sucks.
Yeah, well, but they're also, dopey no thanks. Well,
Melbourne no thanks.
Well, they people dope and the AFL's like,
Nah.
So, who cares?
It sucks, though. It sucks that these, all of the whole entertainment sector, pretty much, not fails, but, it gets so neglected, but then you've got this fucking sport that people like to watch, and that takes priority over other shit. There's whole... Because the thing is, if AFL was to shut down for a year, they would lose less money than what it is to shut down an entertainment venue for a month.
It depends on the venue. Because even with these restrictions, a lot of venues are still staying closed.
Yeah, I know. Like
clubs.
But how much sport's going to be going on during this? That's the thing. Sport is always the top priority, and I don't actually think that it's fair.
Well, I have no skin in the game of that discussion. I suppose people who are really pro-sport would have a completely opposite opinion to yours.
Yeah, I like seeing balls get kicked.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You like seeing...
I like seeing cars race around a track, but
You like seeing people dance on stage. It's the same. I like seeing people dance on stage.
Yeah, and those people dancing on stage don't make $2 million a year kicking a football around.
There would only be like a handful of AFL players that make $2 million a year.
Roundabout.
Johnny Mick 19-year-old babyface that plays for, I don't know, the Bulldogs, who literally has played in minor league and is suddenly brought up to play, is not going to be making $2 million.
No, not all players, but like it's
a handful.
It's the double standard there.
You're a double standard.
You're allowed to neglect entertainment, but if you do it to footy, uproar.
Well, it doesn't. I don't think it. Oh, here we go. Actually, there's some more. Actually, you'll be surprised. I didn't know there was more pages to this table. I thought they were just covering the basics. So schools are also going back on Monday with level 3 safety measures, whatever that means. New South Wales has different safety measures
masks,
to us.
Probably still mandatory masks in schools.
They have different safety measures than us. Community sport is not permitted, Tom.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Retail will have density limits.
Mm-hmm.
This is all 70% on Monday. Hospitality venues were allowed to have 20 people per booking, up to 20 people per booking. Seated drinking outdoors. Gyms will be opened, but capped to 4 people per square metre, and a 20-person maximum. Major outdoor recreation, which includes stadiums, is capped at 5,000.
Oh, fuck that. That is such bullshit.
Ticketed seating events like theatre and concerts, 500.
Fuck that.
I thought he would be happy, but he's not.
No, do you see what I'm saying?
That's made it worse.
500 people in a theatre versus 5,000 people in a stadium.
To be fair, like...
No, not to be fair.
No, just for perspective, like, the Lyric in Sydney can seat 2,000 people. The Capital can seat 2,500. The SCG can seat, 50,000?
I don't know, I don't care.
I think the SCG can seat about 50,000. So at 5,000, you're looking at an actual similar ratio of bums on seats, but of course at a way bigger amount, right? So like at the Lyric, 500 is a quarter. 5,000 is way less than a quarter of 50,000 at an SCG game.
But it's still 5,000 people.
Yeah, but
I'm looking at the amount of people they're allowing there. Like, I get that stadiums are bigger and stuff, and the density is like a lot different. But like, just no.
Nightclubs are still closed.
Of course.
And only up to 100 fully vaxxed attendees at weddings.
Oh, okay. I don't. Yeah, I think I agree with that, but I think that's going to ruffle some feathers.
And up to 100 fully vaccinated people at funerals.
Yeah, I think that's going to ruffle some feathers.
And then pretty much a lot of these restrictions go down to none on December 1st as well. So
there'll be no restrictions.
For some things. Some things will still have 1 or 2 people per square metre for social distance.
So I have a real vendetta against sport. I don't know why.
Major outdoor recreation come to December 1st will be 1 person per 2 square metres.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And what's live entertainment for theatre?
Events. COVID safe plan required for outdoor events with more than 1,000 people.
Yeah. Indoors?
Oh, that's outdoor venues. Oh. Bear with me, Thomas.
I'm bearing with you, Jackson.
That's outdoor venues. That's outdoor recreation. Oh, entertainment. Here we go. Dom, I was wrong. What? There's no cap.
There's no cap.
So entertainment like theatres, cinemas, etc. from 70% is 1 person per 4 square meters,
Yeah.
or 75% fixed capacity, whichever is larger.
Yeah.
So you can, if 75% meets the 1 person per 4 square meter threshold, you can have that. Or if you can fit in more with your 4%,
Then it's 75%.
1 person per 4 square meters.
Is this from Monday or December 1st?
Monday.
Okay.
December. This doesn't change when it hits 80%. It's still 1 person per 4 square meters, and then on December 1st, it's 1 person per 2 square meters.
Okay.
So it's actually got the same restriction as sport, except sport's capped,
But theatre's not.
but theatre's not.
Win!
So there you go.
Fight the
Sorry,
power. Win!
I had the wrong information.
Wow.
I made you angry, and now
made me angry, now you've made me extremely happy.
yeah, there you go. So sport is capped at 5,000 because, big stadiums.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And entertainment is not really capped. It's just 1 person per 4 square meters,
Well, I consider that a win.
or 75%,
I
whichever
consider
is
that
larger.
a big win for the
Well, there you go.
entertainment industry.
That's the big piece of news, I think, this week. So
Yeah.
New South Wales may finally get my freedoms back.
Yeah.
Although,
If you're double vaxxed.
well, that goes without saying.
Not really, because a lot of people
Unless-
will be like, I'm getting my freedoms, you're not double vaxxed.
I don't,
Oh,
I don't know if we've talked about this, but I'm just going to say it here. It's probably going to ruffle some feathers.
Oh.
But unless you have a history of having bad reactions to vaccines, or you're immune compromised, you should be getting vaccinated. I don't know what that
It's
is.
the sound of my feathers ruffling.
Ah.
No, it's fun. I agree with that, because
Oh, okay,
there's
good.
there's absolutely no reason,
No.
apart from those 2 reasons.
2 reasons.
There's absolutely no other reason.
Or if you're under the age of 12, because it's not approved
Yeah.
for you yet.
But there's absolutely no other reason why you should not be getting vaccinated
Nope.
against COVID.
And we will not hear any reason. I don't know. Tom probably hasn't gone as far deep into the full extent of the conspiracy theories over this vaccine as I have. But there has yet to be presented to me who has gone and searched for reasons to not get the vaccine.
See, a lot of people will make the whole, like, my body, my choice. You can't force me to do anything.
Well, then all you say to those people are, do you support abortion? And when they probably say no, well, then you go, well, you're not pro-choice. So
Yeah. But that's the thing. They go, my body, my choice. Okay, but it's also what you're doing with your body by not getting vaccinated is actually hurting people who cannot get vaccinated.
it's the same arguments with general
Yeah,
vaccines.
it's the same with the kids that don't get vaccinated. There are kids that go to childcare that cannot be vaccinated because they're way too young, and some parent just decides, well, I don't want my child getting vaccinated because I don't know, I'm a dickhead or something. And
I believe that vaccines cause autism.
I believe that stupidity causes migraines, because it does.
It does. I agree.
But that's the thing. Like, a lot of people will go, "Oh, I don't want my kids to get vaccinated, because I don't know what's in them and stuff." I'm like,
well, you do.
you do. Like, if you do enough research, you know what's in them.
Oh, you got to do your research, do, Tom?
You have to. I'm not saying that you
You can
should-
literally, when you go to the doctors to get the vaccines, they will give you the piece of paper that tells you what's in the vaccine.
That's the thing.
Kind of like how on the back of medication, it tells you what's in it.
Yeah, but I'm not turning around to people and going, "You should go get vaccinated. Don't look into it." Like, do your research, then go get vaccinated. You dickhead. Don't mess it up for the rest of us that are just going and getting
And by
vaccinated.
do your research, I would just
Speak to your doctor.
I would not. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Legit,
I'm not
speak
going to
to-
say do your research. I would say speak to your doctor and not crackpot.
Speaking to your doctor is doing research.
Well, yeah,
You can
okay,
literally
but
go, "Hey,
but
doc,
Some people,
what's
when
in
you
the-"
say do your research, they just Google it. COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah, but like,
They don't go COVID-19 vaccine because they're searching for confirmation bias. They search COVID-19 vaccine bad, and then Google does its Google thing and it brings up all the results of the
yeah, but like
the dark side.
But I think everyone knows how stupid the internet is with medical stuff. Like, you have a migraine and some chest pain, you go on to, you go, and it could just be that you haven't drunk enough water and you've got some indigestion, and you go on, you look on WebMD, and oh, look, you've got brain cancer. Like, I quite clearly don't.
Wow.
But this is, WebMD told me that I'm dying.
Yeah, true.
So, like, it's dumb. It's very dumb. So, anyway, moving on from that, I have a news topic to bring up.
Okay.
And it's one that is still quite infuriating. It's been happening for the last couple of weeks, but we're just going to talk about it again really, really quickly. There have been arrests at Melbourne shopping centres because of anti-vax and anti-lockdown protests. So Victorian police have arrested multiple protesters that are staging anti-vax rallies at suburban shopping centres in Melbourne.
For God's sake.
So, like, they're literally doing it. So they've come in and, you know, they're being held... Like, the biggest place they were being held at was in Glen Waverley, which is at the Glen shopping centre, in the car park. And it's just... It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But they're actually... They posted something on this web platform called Telegram. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. But it's pretty much where all of the protests start and where they post to. And they actually said, if you need an excuse, you're shopping within your 15 kilometres.
Oh, God.
So they're actually using that little loophole to go to an anti-vax protest.
Oh, dear.
What I see... Oh, sorry. Children also attended the rally, with one holding a sign saying, "I want to live, don't kill me."
Wow.
Like, so this...
I want to live.
I want to live, don't kill me. So don't give me the COVID vaccine because I'm going to die. Do you know what happens if you get COVID, small child?
Well, children...
You can get very sick and you
children
can die.
Themselves aren't massive sacrifices from COVID. Most people dying from COVID are older.
Sorry, I totally thought you were going to say children were not massive sacrifices.
Most
and
people
I'm like,
dying
you're not
from
wrong,
COVID
but
are older. I would just say in general that's a terrible position to take on vaccines, as we've discussed.
But there are kids there are people in their 20s and 30s in the ICU because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't discriminate anymore. Delta does not discriminate.
Don't kill me.
Between the sinners and the saints.
What are you going to do when your kid gets whooping cough and dies? They wanted to live, Mum.
Definitely won't be whooping then.
I wanted to live, Mum. Why did you let me get whooping cough?
Yeah, right.
Which I say, and you can kind of go, haha, funny, Jack, but, you know, children under 1 die from whooping cough, and everyone just ignores it.
Yeah. Because you know, to them it doesn't matter.
Not everyone. The anti-vaxxers ignore it. It's like, there wasn't whooping cough. It was... I've actually heard this excuse. It wasn't whooping cough that killed your child that was not eligible yet for the DTaP shot. It was the Hep B shot you get when you're born. That's what killed your baby.
That's what killed it. It wasn't the whooping cough.
It wasn't, you know, the respiratory virus, whooping cough. It was hepatitis. So you know how when you get whooping cough, you get a really sharp, chesty cough, and
no, because I've never had it because I got vaccinated.
You got vaccinated, but like, okay, whooping cough has all these. I'm gonna say it again: respiratory symptoms. Yes, and this was caused by hepatitis.
Yeah. 100%. Because I knew a kid that had whooping cough. I went to school with him.
Oh, did you?
And his mum did not. It was weird because his parents didn't believe in vaccines.
Oh.
So they didn't get him vaccinated. But he wanted to be vaccinated.
Good boy.
Because, like, obviously, he knew different.
Yeah.
But his parents were like, "No, we're not getting you vaccinated."
Doesn't matter, when you turn 16, you can get him yourself.
And he had like 6 weeks off of school because he had whooping cough.
Oh, shit.
Like, he actually had to have that much time off. I felt so sorry for the kid because there was literally, I think we were like 14 at the time or something. Absolutely nothing he could do. And it just shows that some anti-vax people, and the thing is, like, I want to put this out there as well to say, not everyone that is anti-vax is like a bad person, and they're not extreme anti-vax.
No, they're not bad people. None of the people that went to this rally.
Okay, some of them are actually a bit bad though. There are literally people.
No, I wouldn't say they're bad.
Oh, here we go.
I think for someone to be classified as bad, you need to have purposeful, malicious intent. Like, if I go out and I stalk a random person and I kill them, that would make me bad.
I really want you to stop following me now.
But if I walk out the front of my house and some dude runs into me and he drops a gun and we fumble for it and I end up grabbing it and shooting him, I'm not a bad person. I was defending myself. And I think that applies.
That's a very extreme example for where we live.
Sometimes people need extreme examples, Tom. I think that applies to anti-vax logic. I don't think these people are bad. In their heads, their best intention for their child is to not vaccinate them. I don't think they're bad. I think they're stupid. But they're not bad people.
Okay, yeah. Well, they are.
Well,
Some of them are stupid.
No,
Some of them
they're
are stupid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not some of them. They are stupid. All of them.
No, not all of them.
Yes, all of them. You said all of them are bad before,
no,
and then you
I
changed your mind and said some of them are bad.
I did not say all of them are bad.
Well, they're all stupid, so.
Yeah, but then they could look at us and say exactly the same thing, that we're stupid.
We have facts on our side. They don't.
Yeah, but they have the crystals and the essential oils. They've got the spiritual auras and the chakras. They're charging their crystals at dawn.
Yeah, because the moon's an asparagus.
Like, it's just... some of them, like most of them.
It's not. I'm not saying you have a low IQ. It's just you're believing things that are wrong, and that makes you stupid.
But some people think that this is the difference that I see. Some people think that vaccines are evil and that they can kill and cause illnesses and stuff like that. Other people just don't believe in them. Some people just don't say, well, you don't really need to have a vaccine. You can have eucalyptus. You can just, keep eating bloody freaking...
Okay, you can't believe it. You don't have to believe in them, but I won't have sympathy for you, the person, like the parent, if your child gets sick. I have sympathy for the child because the child had no control over it, because that's not how being a child works. 4-year-old can't say, no, mummy, I want the shot. Doesn't happen. But I won't feel bad for the parent. I'm sorry. Because you had the opportunity. All reputable doctors will tell you to give your shots. And, of course, we also live in Australia where you can't send your kid to school without getting shots.
No jab, no play.
No jab, no play. And we also have no jab, no pay as well.
Yeah.
So you can't get parental benefits in your tax if you don't vaccinate your children.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. That was it for me, actually.
That was it for you. We got deep.
We did.
We got deep.
We did.
We got deep. Anyway,
let's move on to our main topic for today.
Sure.
So, Jack, start us off, because I know that you really want to talk about this.
Well, last week I casually mentioned, and even though it was a casual mention, it ended up on the title of the podcast.
Gladys be gone.
Gladys be gone. Because, yes, Gladys Abergine...
Barajinklian.
Barajinklian? So I don't know how to say it, so I just don't say it.
Barack Obama?
Quit. She quit. She be gone.
She be gone.
And then after we uploaded that episode on the Sunday, and it was being released, John Barilaro also... Bruz.
Brads. Yeah.
Quit as well.
Yes, he did.
He was deputy premier, so he's also now gone into the wind, which was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend.
We got rid of two corrupt politicians in New South Wales. Just like snap of your fingers.
Snap of your fingers. All you have to do is have the walls close in around them.
Yeah.
And
stick
they'll
ichor on them, and that's fine.
And they'll just jump ship. They'll just.
But Jack, I mean that is great news to hear that both Gladys and Bruz are gone.
And of course, we just said they're corrupt, and I bet there's going to be someone that's angry that we're calling some people corrupt. I myself have had some arguments with people that don't need mentioning, and it's not if the people. I swear, it's multiple people that have gone...
Oh, it is multiple people.
That have gone, I don't think Gladys was that bad. Wrong. Gladys was bad.
She was a bad politician.
I've got nothing against her personally, but when it comes to career politicians... Who gives a bloody shit dick?
Now, on the other side of the pond, we think that John Barilaro is an absolute worm.
Yeah, he's not.
He's a worm of a human.
He's not a nice dude.
He is bad. He's a bad politician and a bad person.
Yeah.
And you can see that. Like, because I think it was the first episode, was it, when we talked about his...
I think we have talked about John Shanks and his...
We've talked about his defamation lawsuit with John Shanks.
Defamation lawsuit.
Yeah. And Bruz actually used that last press conference to have a jab back at Jordan.
Yeah.
And I just...
Well, I'm not saying I'm quitting because of the defamation suit, but I want to pursue it in a more personal matter. And I'm like...
Oh, piss off.
Wow.
Like... He takes any opportunity just to be a shit human.
He does, and yep.
But Jack, there's actually unfortunately there's an unfortunate side to this, because now New South Wales, as a lot of people would know, and if you don't know, strap in, because New South Wales has now losing its premier and deputy premier has been left in the hands of a Catholic psychopath.
Dominic
Perrottet, which some people may remember Dominic Perrottet as the guy that shit talked the digital driver's license from Adelaide, saying the digital
digital driver's license, which no other state other than New South Wales has one, except for South Australia.
Except for Adelaide.
But it's pretty poor, just like everything out of Adelaide.
Yeah.
What a dick.
You know, like...
He's also the guy that's been carrying on for 6 years about the bloody GST.
Yeah.
Because he's been treasurer. That's all he's been focused on. And also, my God.
But now, like... So, first of all, worrying about GST.
Yes.
K.
It's important.
Second of all, shit-talking Adelaide, which... Oh, mate. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. But third of all, he's also trying to protect the
Catholic Church.
The Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Because he believes, and some people might find this shocking, he actually believes that the confessional in a Catholic church should be sacrosanct.
Yeah, it is sacrosanct to Catholics.
But he actually believes that if somebody comes in there and confesses to abusing a child...
Yeah.
That... The priest, because there's a law in at the moment that the priest...
In Victoria.
Is it in Victoria?
It's only in Victoria.
It's only in Victoria.
Yes.
I personally think it should be everywhere. I think it should be.
But that's up to the states.
Yeah, like in Victoria, there's a law that if someone comes in and confesses to abusing a child, that priest has to report it.
Yep, and if they don't, it's contempt.
Yeah, if they don't, it's contempt.
Not filing. Something along those lines.
Dominic Dom Perrottet believes that shouldn't be allowed.
No.
That they should just be able to come in, waltz into the confessional and say, yeah, I abused 3 children this week. And the priest goes...
6 Hail Marys and some crackers and you'll be good.
Yeah, and the priest goes, yep, okay, cool. Off you trot.
Look, I can't argue with that because he's a Catholic and I can't be bothered anymore.
No, but you can argue with that.
No,
Because
in my
it's
24 years of
stupid.
life, I can't argue with religion anymore,
But
Tom.
it's
I'm tired.
stupid. It's
I'm
so
tired
stupid.
of it. I'm tired of arguing about religious practices.
But, like, what sane, rational person turns around and says, oh, you know what? Like, child abuse is bad, but defiling the confessional, well, that's worse.
But this is the same
That's
guy
worse.
that doesn't, who thinks abortion is a sin and that homosexuality is wrong.
It's not what the Bible says, though.
You don't get me started.
It's not what the Bible says.
Don't get me started.
But it's just...
I've already had that argument with someone this week.
It's stupid. Like, it's really, really dumb.
I understand that, but that's the...
Why aren't you debating this with me?
I don't... I understand that this is not a good position to have. It's not good.
Why are you
shouldn't
doing
want to
this?
defend
Of all the
child
weeks,
sex predators, especially when you're a Catholic.
of all the weeks for you to go silent on an issue, this is the one
What
you
am I
choose.
going to say? What am I
This is the
actually
one
gonna
you
say?
choose. Like, I don't understand.
What do you want me to say? Yeah, it's bad, Tom.
Why don't you say it's fucked?
But
Because it is.
But I also, it doesn't.
If you say it doesn't affect you, I swear to God,
I wasn't going to say it doesn't
I will
affect
reach
me.
over and smack you.
I was going to say it's the majority consensus among Catholics. There are Catholics that are exempt, like Dan Andrews, that don't believe that in specific cases the sacrosanct confessional must be upheld. Of course, because his government passed the law, but I just think I can't be bothered arguing with the religious. There's no winning with religious people anymore, Tom.
There is, though.
No, there isn't.
There is winning because you win.
Dude, we put Cardinal George Pell behind bars for a month, and then he got released, and we made no ground with the Catholic Church. What's the point?
So the Catholic Church is allowed to do whatever they want.
God, no.
Because we put it.
We as mortals can't
We
do
put him
anything
behind
about
bars
it.
for a month, and you know what? Best month.
Okay, Tom, if you want to take down the Catholic Church, go take a can of spray paint and spray rapists all over St. Paul's in the city.
Well, no, because St. Paul's is a beautiful cathedral. I'm not going to go do that.
Well, but you hate the Catholics.
I do hate the Catholics. Well, no, I hate some Catholics.
Well, there you go. That's
I don't hate all... Because my grandma's a Catholic.
Sure.
My grandma and grandpa were both practicing Catholics. God rest my grandpa's soul. And, like...
What's a non-practicing Catholic?
You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
If you're Catholic, you're Catholic.
Okay, some people believe that you are a non-practicing Catholic if you don't go to church every Sunday. So I'm saying they went to church.
Oh,
They went to church every single Sunday. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my grandparents. Okay, let me have this thing
Okay, I'm letting
about my grandparents.
Okay.
And a lot of people believed that, like a lot of religious people believe now, not all, but a lot, believe that, homosexuality is a sin.
It's not.
They not. But my grandparents who were practicing Catholics and a part of an older generation flew to Hawaii to watch my uncle get married to a man.
And had no...
And had no reservations about it.
None.
None.
Zero.
Huh. Like, why would you get on a plane and drive...
I already loved your grandma. I love her even more now.
Why would you get on a plane and fly halfway around the world?
I don't know. Maybe Therese yelled at them.
No.
You go support your son.
But, that was the thing. Like, they were able to put what they believed aside and go to support my uncle in Hawaii, of all places. Like...
What makes Hawaii special?
Well, it's beautiful, and he lives there.
No, I'm sorry. What makes the part of that story? Well, why is that significant? Because it's Hawaii. I don't understand that.
Hawaii? Have you been to Hawaii?
That's like saying...
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, but that's like saying...
Have you been to Hawaii?
No.
It's beautiful.
That's like saying... I know some conservative family members that went to New Zealand to watch my aunt get married to a woman. New Zealand, of all places. That's what you said. And I was just like,
Why would you want to go there?
you were like, it was like, they went and saw my uncle get married to a man in Hawaii, of all places. Because Hawaii is so conservative.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Like, okay,
It's so progressive. They want to leave the United States.
I was just trying to be.
Which they should do. I am a Hawaii separatist. They should go back to being their own country.
Everyone in Hawaii is a Hawaii separatist.
Except for the Americans.
But they're not Hawaiian.
Because that's a good point. Unless they were born in Hawaii, which on their birth certificate, it basically makes them Hawaiian. Just like how you...
And I honestly don't think they're... I mean...
Just like how you and I are Australian, but we're not Aboriginal.
No. But, like, I strongly believe that there is not a single native-born Hawaiian that believes that the US should own Hawaii.
They don't own it.
Well, you know what I mean. I say things wrong sometimes, but you know what I mean. You don't have to be a dick about it.
But they did steal it.
Yeah. So how is that different?
Because it didn't involve... It wasn't the Louisiana Purchase. They didn't just buy Hawaii. Like, they bought Louisiana, which is what they did. But they just kind of went to Hawaii and said...
We really want to make this point.
Yeah.
We have this much time left on this topic... And you want to focus...
But do you know the story of Hawaii? Because it sounds like it's important to you.
It is important to me because my uncle lived there for almost 22 years.
He doesn't live there now.
No, he doesn't. He lives on the mainland.
Seattle.
Yeah. He lives on the mainland now.
Yeah. In pretty much Canada.
Not really. Not really.
If you live anywhere near Seattle, you're only like 2.5 hours away
Uncle
from
Phil,
the
if you're listening, can you settle this debate? Because I'm so confused about US geography.
He lives in Washington State. That literally borders Canada.
Last time I heard, yeah. I don't know where he lives now.
Oregon.
He was going to live in Oregon.
I would live in Portland, Oregon. Drugs are legal. You can smoke crack in public.
We had this discussion last night. I don't want to have it again. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but no, that's... Anyway, we got way off topic.
We got way off topic, but it was fun.
Yeah, so Dom Dom is bad.
Dom Dom bad.
Dom Dom bad. I think he may actually be worse than Gladys. I'm just going to put it out there.
In terms of personal beliefs, I'm sure he's just a bit more of... Well, not a bit. He is a religious nut.
Yeah.
But again, when it comes to that stuff, I don't give a shit when it comes to politicians. Some of the stuff that he was saying last year against the federal government, I very much agree with. He's so pro-JobKeeper. He was so vocal against Scott Morrison and the cabinet, the federal cabinet, against JobKeeper. He wanted that shit reinstated so hard. And there are other things as treasurer that he knows about the economy. Maybe he will run New South Wales economy better than Gladys did. I don't know. In terms of personal stuff, like with Gladys, like when people were saying, oh, but Gladys is a really nice person in person, I'm like, I don't care. Did she run the state well for 5.5 years? No. She did not. And people go, oh, well, she's going to be missed. She was a great premier. I'm like, did you guys all forget that, like, George Street was closed for 3 years when she built a tram that was unnecessary because a train already went from Central to Circular Quay? But she and her government decided that a tram from Central to Circular Quay was necessary? You all forgot that? Tom doesn't give a shit.
Maybe there's overcrowding on the train. I don't know.
No, the train from Central... he hasn't been to Sydney in 10 years.
I love going to Sydney, but I don't give a shit about what Sydney does. I really don't. I don't care.
He doesn't care.
I don't care. As long as Hamilton's still there and we get to go and see it, I'm down.
And then he'll have to listen to me on a daily basis.
Be like, oh, this goes from this place to... I'm like, I don't fucking know where that is.
Well, Tom, then you can make your own bloody way there.
I bought the flights.
Oh, well, yeah, but...
So you can make your own way there. And I've got a car, so, like...
Well, we're not driving.
No, I know we're not driving, but, like, I have to make my own way there.
No, as in, when we're in Sydney, I have the most experience with...
What Google Maps is for, bro?
Oh, yeah, good luck with that.
Like, sorry,
Good luck with
Google
that.
Maps is the best invention ever. Apple Maps sucks. It does.
Google Maps is not the best invention ever.
Do you know how many times I've gotten a wrong address off of Apple Maps?
I'm not saying Apple Maps is better. I'm
Do
saying...
you know how many times I've gotten one off of Google Maps?
Tom,
Never.
I'm contesting that Google Maps is the best invention ever.
Okay, it's the best map invention for your phone ever.
No.
What is then?
The best map invention.
Yeah, what's the
map?
What is the best app to use for maps?
Well, I use Apple Maps.
Yeah, well, you're fucking wrong.
Well, no, I don't need it to get addresses off of it. I just use it to see where shit is, and for that, it uses the same.
Okay, so I have a car.
Yeah.
Unlike you, I need GPS sometimes. Unlike you, and I use Google Maps because it's more reliable.
Sure. Good job. Do you want an award?
I want you to get your P's and get a car. That's what I want.
Well,
Christ. Get it sorted, bro. You're 23. You've had your L since you were 16. You need to get on it.
I hate you.
No, I'm outing you because this is fucking bullshit.
Well, you know, if they made the system...
It's not about the system.
It is about the system.
No, it's... Fuck off, it's not. It's about you trying and
I
you
have
don't...
tried.
No, you haven't. You've tried twice. That's it.
So?
You haven't tried in the last 5 years.
Still tried.
You have not tried in the last 5 years.
The test has not changed.
How do you know? You haven't tried in the last 5 years.
Because I've asked, has the chest changed? Has the test
But you do
changed?
so much. I let you drive my car because
Yes.
I've been on my fulls for 3 years.
Yes.
And I let you drive my car, and you actually drive it really well. So I don't understand why you can't just go out.
So do I. I agree.
Okay, I will make a pledge to you right now. If you decide that you want to try again, actually, no, you are going to try again, and I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for your first Vort test. For this Vort test, I'm going to pay for it. Once I start my job, I'm paying for it. I am sick to death of this shit. So I am paying for for this Vort test coming up. We're going to book it. I'm going to pay for it. And you are going to go and you're going to ace it. Because if you don't, I'm going to beat you. Because that is expensive. And I'm going... But if it gets you off your ass and gets you your P's, I will do it. Because I'm sick of it.
This is assuming that, you know, I could still pass the test because I believe it's rigged, but...
It's not rigged. I passed it first go.
It's rigged against you. It's rigged to catch you out on little minuscule things that, like, sometimes really don't matter. Like, I know people that got failed for failing to indicate at a roundabout.
Because that's actually a thing.
Yeah, but do you know anybody that indicates when they leave a roundabout? I know you don't.
I know I don't. I actually, no, around the Britannia roundabout I do.
Yeah, well, that's because Britannia roundabout
is a death trap.
Is a death trap if you don't indicate
but you
where
do
you're going.
need to indicate.
Yes.
Coming out of... Because the thing is...
But do you...
No.
You have admitted yourself that you don't.
Yeah, I don't. But
so then why is it on the test?
Because what happens is that it is actually... You do actually need to do it. A lot of people get into the car and they go... Like, after they get their P's, they go,
Yeah, like you.
Because it's a minuscule thing. But
you.
in the test, just fucking do it.
Yeah, but...
Just do it in the test.
No, I did it in both of my two tests. That's not why I failed.
Why'd you fail?
The first time, I didn't wait long enough after indicating before pulling away from the curb, which was so stupid.
3 seconds.
It's 5. Oh, fuck that. So
as long as it's clear.
I probably indicated and waited like 3 or 4 seconds, but it wasn't 5.
Well, as long as
this
it's
was
clear.
in the same Vort test where I went over the speed limit consistently because I wasn't used to the car that I was in because I'd borrowed it. So I was going consistently over 40, like going 50, 55. He didn't fail me on that.
What was the 40s? Where did
It's in Mitcham. It was in Mitcham.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
So yeah,
sense.
consistently doing 50 or 55 in a 40 zone didn't fail me on that.
Just gotta look at your speedo though.
Right? Yeah, thanks. I was doing that, but in your Vort test, if you ever go over your speed limit, they're not supposed to give you any leeway if you go over, because you're supposed to be watching it and correcting before you go over.
Yeah.
So I was going over 40 consistently. I had kind of bungled my reverse parallel park. I successfully got it in without hitting any of the poles, and it was close enough to the curb, but it was quite... You're allowed to, like, take it slow and do it in stages, but it was really janky and really ugh. And apparently I crossed the train tracks without looking both ways. But none of that was what got me a fail. The fail was not waiting long enough after indicating.
And was that the first thing you had to do?
No.
That wasn't the first thing you had to do, was pull out
No.
from the curb?
Nope.
Yeah, you're doing another Vort test.
Anyway, then my second Vort test was going really well. I was probably about 70% done. And then I went to turn a corner, I think on Doofy Street. And some dude stepped out behind a car, and he saw me and he stopped as I was going around the corner. So I went, oh shit, kind of slowed down, and we kind of had looked at each other and we were like, oh whoops, we both made a mistake there. There was no hand gestures from him for me to keep going, so I just took the initiative that because I'd already crossed the threshold of the corner and I'd already started to pass him, that I should just keep going, because what would be the point of stopping per se?
Yeah.
And I failed for not giving way to a pedestrian.
Okay. I don't agree with that.
Which my driving teacher then was furious at the Vort instructor. Because I had not done the 5-second thing again, thank God. I had nailed the hill start, which is so stupid in a automatic.
Well, why do you need to do that?
Because you just got to show the correct lift off procedure.
Like, you pull the handbrake.
You just got to do that. And I'd done my 3-point turn successfully, and I'd done my reverse parallel park successfully. I had done my 90-degree park successfully, and then just a fucking idiot on Doothy Street ruined that second one.
But it wasn't even that he was an idiot. He let you go.
Well, no, because there was no signage from him that I could go, and the instructor had observed that me turning the corner was unsafe, even though he was behind a car and I could not see him.
Yeah.
Me turning that corner was then unsafe, and I didn't give way to a pedestrian. Automatic fail.
So pretty much moral of the story is you're doing another Vort test. You need a car. You cannot deny it anymore.
I'm fine.
When we were living at the old place, it was fine.
I'm fine. I catch the bus.
Yeah, just get a car.
I can't pay.
Get a damn car.
I couldn't afford it even if I got the car. I'll do the Vort test if you're going to pay for it, really. Because that's all I say to people that complain to me about the Vort test. Like my parents is like, well, Jack, do the Vort test. And I'm like, are you going to pay for it? Because I can't afford it. And they go, blah, 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 blah.
I'll pay for it.
Okay, fine.
I'll pay for you to do one, though. Because literally, if you fail 3 Vort tests, I'm just going to write it off that you're a fucking idiot and you shouldn't be able to drive.
I agree.
So, one chance. You got one chance.
This is fine. That doesn't mean I'm going to get a car, though.
No,
it just means I've got to have my P's.
It just means you have your P's. Because the thing is, yes, it costs you a bit to do the Vort test, but once you get it, like once you get your P's, you don't have to worry about it then. You can get a car at any point. But now you're stuck, because even if you wanted to buy a car right now, you could, but then you need someone to drive with you.
Sure.
So you need to get your P's. It's something that you need to get. Okay? Cool. Sick? All right. Let's move on, because we went really off topic there. I don't even know what that last topic was about.
We've hit an hour.
Sick!
Do I really need to talk about a movie, really?
We can. We can if we want.
It's up to you.
I don't really mind.
Question?
Questions. Okay.
Well, there we go. We got very sidetracked on both of those two topics.
We did.
No, we just kind of ended up here. Questions. Ask me a question.
Questions. I think we've only got one question this week.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do some ASMR while you read it?
Yeah, sure. No, you can stop, because I don't like that. Okay, so this question, one question, and then we'll finish up.
Okay.
This comes from Abby, episode 10 guest, and my girlfriend.
Ablong nylon.
Oh, fucking hell.
Ablong
and the
nylon.
question is... Now, she asked this question, and I said, why do you like causing chaos? Because the question is, it's for both of us to answer, out of the two of you, who would be the first to be bitten in a zombie apocalypse, and who would be the one to survive until the end?
Until the end. Okay. So this is actually, it's good that we have a little bit of time to talk about this, because what would our game plan be for a zombie apocalypse? Would we leave the house, or would we make the best of our situation here?
Okay, I don't personally think that we would have enough in this house to... Because pretty much we would be boarding up doors and windows. I don't think we would have enough here to be able to do that.
Okay, so then let's say the virus is initial, or saying it's a virus, there's a zombie apocalypse. It's initially breaking out, so it's majorly affecting the city. But we've got enough notice that we can collect supplies from the stores.
Yep.
And we can make. Well, we can't really get guns here, and we're not going to drive all the way to the one gun store on this side of the city and attempt to buy guns.
Yep.
But we can get makeshift weapons from the Mitre 10 that's across the road.
Yep.
So we're able to do all of that, but
Yep.
are we then hunkering down here?
Yes. I would hunker down here.
Okay.
Because I think it would be good because we've got 2 stories.
Yep.
So we've got enough. If we successfully, because we'd have to go to the food land to get food. We'd have to go to Mitre 10 to get tools.
Pickaxe.
We'd have to go to the Sip and Save to get beer. We need to get all that stuff.
Vitally important.
Yeah, we would hunker down here. I think we'd be boarding up the front door.
Yeah. All the windows, all the doors.
All the windows, all the doors. I would actually be doing modifications to my car to make it pretty much spearhead it and make it just a fucking killing machine. Just in case we did need to go out and get supplies or anything like that.
So then I think, I'm going to be completely honest, I think if we followed that plan, neither of us would get bitten.
Okay. I'm going to take a slightly different approach.
You fuckhead.
Okay, because I need to. So my slightly different approach is, we've hunkered down in here. We're not going anywhere. Okay. I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say that it was either you or I, but one of us hasn't secured the front door properly. The zombies are now flooding the bottom level into to try to take us out. Now, providing that we're both upstairs, there's only so much we can do to board up that entryway. I personally think you would be bitten.
That's mean.
I think you'd be bitten first.
Why?
Well,
then I changed my thing, Tom. I'm not going to be nice anymore.
I'm not saying...
You'd get bitten first, you bitch.
No, fuck you. I knew you were going to do this.
You would get bitten and you will die. I was trying to be nice. I was going to say neither of us would get bitten.
I'm being nice. I'm just being logical here as well.
I'm being logical. Tom would get bitten first because he's a drunk and he's unfit. We go.
I can run faster than you.
That is untrue.
Do you want to go outside right now and do a running race?
We will.
Okay, you know what? We're going to do this.
No, not now. We'll do it after the episode.
We're going to do this after the episode. What we're going to do is we're going to set up one of our phones.
Yep.
Or the camera.
Yep.
We're going to go out onto the street.
Yep.
And we're going to have a running race.
Yep.
And we are going... And after this episode goes live...
Yep.
We are going to post the result.
Sure.
Okay?
Yep.
We're posting the result.
I don't think it's completely necessary because it's boarded up. Where are we going to run?
No, because I think I can run faster.
Why? But we're at the top of the stairs. Where are we going to run? Fucking...
I think I can run faster than you.
No.
And I would win in a zombie apocalypse.
No.
Yeah.
I was trying to take the nice best friends route. Neither of us would get bit, so neither of us die.
But that's not what the question is.
We'd live happily ever after in the house.
But that's not what the question is.
No, because Abby is trying to create chaos, as you said, and you bought into it.
The question
I
is,
didn't buy into
which
the
one
chaos.
of us would get bitten first, and who would survive?
Well, I would survive, because
But I would survive. Oh my god.
I'll beep that.
12 episodes.
I'll beep that.
12 episodes. Our first censor. God. You're a fucking we have two, please. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end.
It's time to go.
But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to our.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for tuning into our rambles and our singing, because we've done a lot of singing this episode.
Stop
You're
now.
infuriating. But yeah, the results of the running race will be posted.
Oh, for God's sake.
Just after, probably on. I would probably say on probably Tuesday. I'll post it. I'll post it on the Instagram story on Tuesday, so you guys can see that I win the running race.
Sure.
So yeah. Apart from that, until next time, have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.